What happens if you keep the collector base at the end of Mass Effect 2? That's the topic of today's video. What's up everyone? Big Dan here. I have a bunch of different Mass Effect trilogy guides and lore videos on my channel, so if you're interested, consider subscribing. At the end of Mass Effect 2, you're presented with the choice to keep the collector base or destroy it. The decision you make will lead to some unique dialogue and outcomes in Mass Effect 2 and 3, and the results may shock you. We'll explore all the consequences in this video, and this video will contain some story spoilers for Mass Effect 2 and 3, so be forewarned. So let's see what happens if we take the Illusive Man's advice and keep the base intact for Cerberus.
Maybe it's for the best.
Seriously? Shepard, he's a user, just like collectors.
Your crew needs to understand that billions of lives are at stake. Leadership means making sacrifices. You know that better than anyone, Shepard.
A threat this big, rules go out the window. If this station can help stop the Reapers, we have to use it.
You're making the right choice.
Let's move. In 10 minutes, the reactor core will fire a radiation blast that kills anything on board.
The immediate result is a big boost to your renegade meter. This choice also changes the color of the orbs behind the Illusive Man during the final conversation of the game. If you destroy the base, it's blue, but if you keep it, then it is red. During Mass Effect 3, the collector base will come up in 3 separate conversations. The first is our chat with the Illusive Man in the Mars archives at the beginning of the game.
Imagine how strong humanity would be if we controlled them.
Earth is under siege, and you're hatching a scheme to control the Reapers?
Anyone can destroy, but great civilizations do more. You know that. It's why you kept the collector base intact.
I let you study the base so we could find a way to destroy the Reapers.
Instead, if you destroyed the base, the Illusive Man will say this.
You've always been short-sighted, hasty. Your destruction of the collector base proves that.
That base was an abomination. Hundreds of thousands of humans were murdered there.
When we meet up with Jack during the rescue at Grissom Academy, she has some choice words for us.
Damn it! How many times did I tell you not to trust Cerberus?
You're not telling me anything I haven't told myself, Jack.
Oh, you feel bad? Well, shit. That makes up for giving him the damn collector base.
However, if we destroyed the collector base, her comments about Cerberus are more generic.
Oh, you feel bad? Well, shit. I bet that's a big comfort to all the people Cerberus has killed.
The last conversation occurs near the end of the main story when the Alliance is storming the Illusive Man's compound on Cronos Station. Your squad will discover the remains of the human Reaper the collectors were building in Mass Effect 2. If you kept the base, the conversation will go like this.
Is that? This is the human proto-Reaper Shepard destroyed.
What's left of it? I guess Cerberus recovered it from the base.
I can't believe you really fought that. Those poor colonists.
The Illusive Man convinced me to work with him to save the colonies. But he never really cared, did he?
Perhaps he did. He certainly fooled himself into thinking this was for the best. When you work in secret, it's tempting to believe you have all the answers.
You're not him. You'd never be.
If it could have saved Thessia, I don't know.
Cerberus is actively using the surviving pieces. The head is largely intact. I believe they are using it for high-level computing operations.
This conversation is slightly different if you destroyed the base.
This is the human proto-Reaper Shepard destroyed.
What's left of it? I'm surprised Cerberus recovered that much from the base.
I wish I'd been there.
You're here now.
Cerberus is actively using the surviving pieces. The central core, analogous to the heart, is largely intact. I believe Cerberus is using it for a power source.
After the mission, Shepard will recover the remains of the human Reaper as a war asset. If you gave the collector base to Cerberus, you will gain the Reaper brain, which is worth 110 points. The Illusive Man salvaged the most valuable part of the human Proto-Reaper under construction by the Collectors, its central processor. This brain has been reactivated for use as a computational device, crunching unheard amounts of data in nanoseconds. The Crucible's engineers are dissecting the processor, working in strictly supervised, drone-assisted shifts. While direct contact with Reapers is dangerous, the engineers feel the risk is worth the potential discovery of vulnerabilities in Reaper construction. If you destroyed the collector base in Mass Effect 2, then you will recover the Reaper Heart, which is only worth 100 points. So you slightly benefit from keeping the collector base, which was kind of surprising to me. Honestly, these outcomes were kind of disappointing when I first learned about them. Deciding the fate of the collector base feels like a major decision that would have potentially dire consequences for Mass Effect 3, but instead nothing really happens, just a little bit of dialogue and minor differences in war assets. This feels like a missed opportunity for BioWare. Like, what if you gave the collector base to Cerberus and they were able to build a weapon with it? When you stormed Cronos Station, you would have to defeat this boss weapon before you got to face Kai Lang and the Illusive Man. Or maybe instead of a boss fight, Cerberus was able to use the tech recovered from the collector base to construct a weapon that took out an Alliance frigate during the Cronos Station mission in Mass Effect 3, causing you to lose 100 war assets. Whereas if you destroyed the base, you would recover the salvaged human Reaper Heart, which your team would use to help power the Crucible, resulting in a gain of 100 war assets. I know this is easier said than done. The development for Mass Effect 3 was very rushed, and they had to cut a bunch of content from the game, so I'm sure adding a boss fight would have been unrealistic, but it's still fun to speculate and think about ways Mass Effect 3 could have made the player feel like their choices mattered a bit more. So if you're losing sleep over what to do with the collector base in Mass Effect 2, rest easy tonight, my friend. Just make the choice that feels consistent with the Shepard you were role-playing as. So there you have it. What happens if you keep the collector base and give it to Cerberus at the end of Mass Effect 2? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. See ya!